my dad had grown up in, Bremerton. He was a good student, very involved in community things. My dad went to the University of Washington, and that was interrupted by the war. He chose to go to officers' training school and then was put on a ship that was going to attack the Japanese islands. While they're sailing, the atomic bombs are dropped, and soon after they reach harbor, the Japanese surrender. So he ends up spending most of his time as part of the occupation. He was always amazed at how friendly the Japanese were, even though this battle had been one of the most brutal ever. He decided with the GI Bill it'd be easy for him to go to law school. He decided law was where he belonged, and he always loved being a lawyer. My dad was large presence, both physically and in terms of his wisdom. He worked very hard, so he'd leave in the mornings, often before we had breakfast, and get home in time for dinner. I always looked up to my dad in terms of how hard he worked. At the dinner table, my dad would go through various lawsuits and expect us to follow along. He had high expectations. He was always disappointed I was a little messier than he expected. He always found it contradictory that I was so well organized mentally. How could I be mentally organized if my room wasn't well organized? But he eventually relented somewhat on that. I remember he helped out on my Boy Scout stuff quite a bit. He was always the most generous father in terms of stopping for burgers and things, so he was a popular choice for riding back from these grueling hikes we went on. My dad's values, his modesty, his thoughtfulness about how he behaves. He was a leader in everything that he did. Happy birthday, Dad. You're an amazing father. We're so excited we get to do so many fun things together, and you really got the foundation going and put it in a direction that's made it incredibly successful. So thank you for all your work and all your love.